The graphics card is responsible for handling all the rendering tasks that are too intense for the CPU alone. Think rendering video or playing games. The best graphics card depends on what you need. Should you have a full HD monitor and only play some lighter games occasionally, you could get away with buying a cheaper GPU. There are many products available for best graphics card to choose from, each with different features, benefits, and prices. To help you make an informed decision, I've done extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the best graphics card from reputed brands. After much research, I found these products very helpful for people like you. If you want to know the price and other information, don't forget to check my details. So without further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX. The AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX is the current flagship AMD graphics card. It's our pick for the best graphics card from AMD right now, due to the performance gains the company was able to implement with RDNA 3. This architecture is incredibly efficient, built on a 5nm and 6nm manufacturing process for the GPU cores and memory modules, respectively. The base clock speed for the AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX is 2.3 GHz, and it can boost all the way up to 2.5 GHz. To make the most out of the GPU, AMD recommends using it with a Ryzen CPU to unlock additional benefits relating to memory. Speaking of which, you've got a whopping 24 GB of GDDR6 to play with, all on a 384-bit bus. The RX 7900 XTX is capable of offering 3500 GB per second of memory bandwidth. For cores, we're looking at 6144. Which does fall short compared to what NVIDIA offers with its RTX 40 series GPUs, but it's able to make up ground elsewhere with faster clock speeds and higher memory bandwidth. You've got all the usual high-end GPU features here, including ray tracing support and AMD's excellent Radeon Super Resolution, the latter of which is essentially NVIDIA DLSS for AMD GPUs. You will be sacrificing around 3 PCI slots inside your PC case, and AMD states it has a length of 287mm, so make sure your chassis can take such a card. You will require a beefy power supply as AMD recommends at least an 800W SU, and the Radeon RX 7900 XTX is capable of pulling 355W of power. Number 2. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super. You may not be searching for the absolute best graphics card you can buy, which is where something like the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super comes into play. It's nowhere near the fastest GPU on the market, but it's also one of the more affordable cards and won't suck as much power from the SU. It's built on the older Turing platform, using a 12nm manufacturing process, but even though it's a little older than other GPUs in our collection here, it's worth considering for 1080p and some 1440p gaming. What you do get here is an incredible value. Forget paying $2,000 for a graphics card. The GTX 1660 Super has a base clock of 15 GHz and a boost clock of 18 GHz. There's 6GB GDDR6 RAM with a bandwidth of 336 GB per second. It's recommended this be used with a 500W SU or above since it has 125W TDP. And if you're into streaming, you'll be pleased to learn the GTX 1660 Super has enhanced Turing and VENC. The GTX 1660 Super offers more value now, especially when you're not looking to get a generational leap in performance. The best part about this GPU is that it doesn't demand a sophisticated cooling solution. Any build with decent airflow should be enough to push this GPU to its limits at stock settings. Number 3. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 is a brilliant little graphics card. It offered amazing value at launch, allowing for high-fidelity 1440p gaming at less than $400. The RTX 3060 features the GA104 GPU with a total of 4,864 CUDA cores. Not only is it a significant departure from RTX 2060 Super, but it has more CUDA cores than even the RTX 2080 Super. The clock speed of 1.4 GHz is also impressive, and so too is the boost of 1.7 GHz. And if you manage to buy an aftermarket card from AMD partners, you can enjoy an overclocked RTX 3060 experience with even more performance headroom. For memory, the RTX 3060 has 8 GB of GDDR6, which isn't enough for 4K gaming, and cement this as a 1440p powerhouse. Memory bandwidth clocks in at 448 GB per second, which comes close to what you can find in more powerful hardware. 38 ray tracing and 4864 processing cores are present inside the GPU, allowing you to crank up visual settings and even mess around with ray tracing in select games. Supporting tech like NVIDIA's DLSS would be a requirement to offset the performance hit from more intense lighting processing. With a TDP of just 200W, you can get away with installing it inside a mid-range PC without needing to upgrade the power supply. It may be part of the previous generation of GPUs, but you'll be pleasantly surprised by just how capable the RTX 3060 is in even the more recent PC games. Number 4. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. If you want the best value GPU for 1440p and some 4K gaming, look no further than NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. It's a significant upgrade over the RTX 2080 Ti and has since been replaced by the RTX 4070 Ti, but it's still worth considering for gaming in 2023. With 5,888 CUDA cores, 46 ray tracing cores, and 184 tensor cores, you can enjoy some high-fidelity gaming on a budget. Other specifications include a boost clock speed of 1.7 GHz, 8 GB of GDDR6 RAM, and a memory bandwidth of 448 GB per second. This is excellent for 1440p gaming, and you'll be able to do some more 4K gaming than what would be possible with our RTX 3060 Ti recommendation in this collection. With other technologies like NVIDIA DLSS, graphics cards like the RTX 3070 can punch above their weight. The current pricing of graphics cards may see you pay slightly more than typical for an RTX 3070, but if you manage to find one for MSRP or below, we'd recommend taking the plunge. Number 5. AMD Radeon RX 7600. The AMD Radeon RX 7600 was launched to bring RDNA3 gaming experiences to the masses with an affordable price tag. More and more GPUs are costing in excess of $1,000. So it's easy to forget just how affordable GPUs used to be and still are. The AMD Radeon RX 7600 has an MSRP of just $300, but is more than capable of handling 1080p and 1440p gaming. Performance at Full HD is amazing, rivaling that of the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. QHD 1440p is also excellent, so long as you don't turn up all visual settings to maximum and fully saturate the 8 GB of RAM. One area where NVIDIA still reigns champion is with its DLSS and ray tracing technologies. AMD has improved things with its own Fidelitive Super Resolution, FFSR, but it falls short of what's possible with the RTX 3060 Ti and newer NVIDIA cards. AMD has been known to improve existing cards immensely through driver iterations, so one can expect to see a solid performance boost through the lifetime of the RX 7600. If you don't fancy spending a ridiculous amount of money on a GPU, this is the card for you. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily. Please subscribe to my channel. If you need more information or you want to know the price of the product, check out my description. Comment below if you face any problems. Stay connected with my awesome products as it will make your life easier.